of a dryer vent, the length, and you say, how far does a dryer vent run between the back of that dryer and the exterior of your house? What's the longest one you've ever put in?
Oh, the longest one, and it was just, wow, it was by sheer necessity. I mean, you're talking 35, 38 feet.
And that's really too long.
That's
But sometimes you don't have a
astronomical.
choice. And there's something else we've learned through the years. There's booster fans available.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you heard him. He said, "Oh man, booster
No,
fans do not work.
they don't. They
They're
don't.
sold, they're installed, but every booster fan I've ever seen, we took out."
Everyone, if it's attached to a dryer vent, no. Now you know they have booster fans out there for like a downdraft,
Oh yeah.
stuff like that, and as long as it's far enough away from the hood or from the
Well, that's a
cooking
difference.
surface,
That's a
you
whole
don't have to
different
worry
scenario.
about the grease is bad and stuff like
Right.
that. But when you talk about putting a booster fan in a dryer vent, guys, I said it earlier. Your dryer vent is designed to take that residual lint, push it through the duct and out of the house. Okay? A screen, like we were talking about earlier, gets in the way of that. Now
It collects the
imagine,
lint, therefore keep collecting it till it builds up and it completely blocks airflow. Your dryer, and we're going to explain the science behind a dryer vent, but booster fans.
right, but so that's just a screen on the outside. Now imagine somewhere between the exterior of your home and where your dryer vent goes into the wall, you put a fan in there. Now, what is all that lint going to do?
Clog
It's
the fan
going
up
to clog the fan up.
every single time.
And then guess what you have? What could possibly go wrong with an electric motor
It overheats.
that is supposed to spin a fan blade? The fan blade can't spin anymore, and what do you have all around it? You have kindling
Yeah,
for a fire.
right.
It's
Booster fans, and we're telling you stuff today that, a lot of people come in there and try to sell you anything.
absolutely.
But a booster fan will not work over a period of time. It'll work when they put it in. It might work 1, 2, 3 weeks, but over a period of time, it's not going to work.
Mhm.
Every single booster fan I have seen over the past 25 years that I've been doing it consistently
Mhm.
came out.
Came out. Well, everyone I've come in contact with has come out.
And if you come with any inline fan techs
Mhm.
and you need them,
Mhm.
get rid of them, give them to me because I'll clean them completely and reuse them for bath vents.
For bath vent. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bath vent
Yep.
fans.
I understand that.
Inline bath vent fans, a fan tech inline fan is by
Mm-hmm.
far the best way to vent your bathroom.
You won't hear it.
Yeah, you need to put an indicator light on
Yeah,
your
you have to
switch.
put
So-
something on there to show you that that thing is running.
you
Otherwise,
won't hear it.
it's always going to run.
And
It's
it's
so
going to
quiet.
suck all the conditioned, energized air out of your house.
I
But
put a huge one in a couple years back up in the attic. I mean, and it was 6-inch ductwork. It had two, one place over the shower, one place over
yep,
the john, if you will, and went up into the attic into this monstrosity of a
oh,
box.
you did that for Ed Jacks.
Ed Jacks, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
And,
I remember the job.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, and you talk about quiet.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't hear what. I mean,
but
hey,
they work great.
that's
But you can't put them in a dryer vent. You cannot put a booster fan on a dryer vent and expect it to be maintenance free
no,
and just work. It won't. It'll
No.
clog up with lint.
that's
every
a
time.
maintenance nightmare.
And I
You
wanted to
will-
bring that up on
yeah.
today's show because you folks out there now, any vent over 30 feet is too far to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And then the code, every bend represents 10 feet or something like that.
Every 90 degree is equivalent of 5 feet of straight
5
duct.
feet, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I didn't pay much attention to the bends. I just tried to minimize them because in an existing structure, you don't have a lot of choice.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta go with what you got,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just the way it is. But a dryer vent should not be flexos.
It's amazing. Okay, in Charlotte, we have all kind of demographics. We have all kind of economic class, all kind of stuff like that.
Multifamily as well, condos, patio homes, all
Well,
that.
it's what's really funny, not funny, but it's strange to me is I can go into a cookie cutter house, like we talked about earlier,
Yeah,
house farm.
house
Just
farm. Yeah, where they grow.
everything's kind of three different floor plans, and there's 200 homes.
You got
Right?
it right.
They're going to be metal ductwork. If they were built after 95 or so, you can
Actually, I
guarantee
used the year 2000
use 2000. Yeah. But what's crazy is I can go into a $3 million home that was built
prior.
2024. No, in
Oh,
2024
2020.
now, and it's run with flex hose, and it's
Really?
happening more and more
You're
and
seeing
more.
it?
I'm seeing tear downs in Myers Park. You know what they're doing? They're building these monstrosity
Oh, yeah,
of
I know.
homes
Yeah,
right now,
sure.
and they're building them with flex hose. It's great for business, but
Wait a minute.
I promise you, I
Code
have
doesn't, that's against the code, building code.
what happened. Kind of like
I don't
what do you
know.
know? What do you think could
So
have
you're
happened? Kind of
seeing
like
flexos
100%, absolutely.
for dryer
For
vents in
in this,
brand new
what are we,
houses.
September? At least three so far this month. Three. So I got my notes. I
Oh,
can
I
go
believe
back
you.
and
I
show you.
believe you. That's why you're on the show. I want to know.
I mean, and I don't know how it's. And I'm even telling people, when did you close on this? When did you buy this house? Blah blah blah. And I'm telling them, you need to pull your inspection report. A lot of these home inspection reports, if you look at, they have a warranty with them, right? And if there is, and I'm not trying to speak out of turn for any home inspector that's listening. I'm
We're not here to get in
no.
anybody's case.
But a lot of them, they do have warranties, and if the home inspector missed something, right? If they miss something that costs X amount of dollars to repair, then that could fall back on a warranty for the home inspection, and it's just happening so much.
Gotcha.
Happening so often.
That's good to, not good to hear, but it's good to know. Man, that's not good at all. All right, we're going to take a top of the hour break here, come back and talk more dryer vents. And we're going to talk about the thing about, well, why do dryer vents go up and out my roof? Hear that one a lot. How does it go up? We're going to talk about it. It's called a clean airspace. We'll talk about it. More about your dryer vent and your neighbors too. You can educate them. Tune in. We'll talk about it. Next hour coming up.
Let me see if I can mute this.
She's been rode hard and hung up well.
I gotta mute this so I don't get hit for the commercials. Hold on.
Continues talking all things dryer vents with Ray. They're going to be talking about more dryer vents. They got you covered. That's all you need to know. They got you covered. About Your House is brought to you in part by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. Also brought to you in part by Queen City Home
We'll
Store.
take a picture. dryer vents today, and clothes dryers, and clothes washers. I want to hit one thing that with appliances and washer and dryers especially, they come in different sizes. They come in 27-inch widths and 29-inch widths. Now, before you go buy a washer and dryer, a lot of people want to buy them together. They'll go in there and buy a pair together because they want them to match.
And marketing. But
it's marketing, yeah. And now that's fine and dandy. That's fine and dandy. But how many times have you gone out to a dryer and it doesn't fit?
Oh, a bunch. A bunch.
And you have to come and get the dryer and replace it with a smaller dryer because it won't fit in the space. It's called
especially on stacks.
Yeah.
Especially on stack units.
Yeah, stack.
Yep.
So my message to you is before you go buy that new larger washing machine because you want it to wash more clothes, be darn sure it's going to fit where it's supposed to fit.
And also pay attention to the water usage, because just because you have a bigger machine does not mean it's pumping more water into that machine to wash a bigger load. And there's regulations that were put on by the government and all that over the past years that regulate that water usage. And so just keep
some
that in
washing
mind too.
machines came out with the Whirlpool being the first, I think, to hit the market with a agitator less, didn't have an agitator in the middle. That didn't go over too well. And they kind of went away too because people are gravitating back to the agitator. They just do a better job. So they say, and it just makes sense. So there's things you need to consider when you go buy a new washer and a dryer. And they're not all created equal. So beware, but the point in me bringing the size up, goodness gracious, how many times have we gone out to a house to put an appliance in and the door won't close?
Yep.
Well, you won't live like that. You got to shut your door. So what, you bought a dryer that's too big for the space. It's called a measuring tape. You got to measure where it's going. You got to figure out if it's going to fit. The appliance stores hate to come out to your house twice. It costs them money. It costs you time and stress.
Well, and you're probably going to get, never mind. Sorry. We have some good sponsors of this show, and I don't want to say anything about it.
Well, I mean, don't go to the box stores. That's my recommendation right out of the gate. Do not buy major appliances at the box stores. That's just me talking.
I guess kind of what I'm saying is quality control has kind of disappeared.
You got
has.
that right.
And so if you've got to if you have to get two of the same appliance delivered to your house, something tells me you're going to have three appliances delivered to your house. You know what I mean?
Yep.
One of them's going to be damaged.
Yeah, damaged appliances are something, and I have to say this too, since we're kind of moving into the appliance realm here. I never schedule an install till the appliances are on site and been inspected for damage.
Yep.
Because if I go out to your house and I open a box and there's a dent on that packet, on that product, I'm not going to put it in. I'm going to say, you need to call them back and get this replaced, and I'll come back out and install it. Well, there's 2 trips for me.
That's right.
That costs me money. It costs the appliance company money. When they deliver your appliances, little tip, inspect those appliances and make sure they're not damaged. Quality control is absolutely at an all-time low. And sometimes it has nothing to do with the retailer you're dealing with.
Sure, absolutely.
It was done in shipping. One box, one day I opened it, no indication on that box at all that there would be any damage to that appliance. The side was dented. The whole side of the appliance was dented. You couldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Well,
but if you take it out of the box, you would have known.
Yep.
And these are big inconveniences, and they exist. And I've talked about this before. I went and put a downdraft in about 2-3 weeks back. And nothing's more irritating to me to finish a job and you operate the appliance and it wants to act up on you. It wants to skip. It wants to bump. It has nothing to do with what I did. Leveled, plumb, horizontal, level, everything checks, screwed down, checked and rechecked, but yet that thing wants to bounce going up. Has nothing to do, but yet you're gonna blame me.
That's right. And now you have to take it out and wait for the new one.
No, I don't. I tell the homeowner to call warranty and get them out there to check it. It happens more times than I would like to say, unfortunately. And going back to quality control. This is due to manufacturing problems.
It's due to manufacturing problems, but it's also due to, and go with me for 1 second, a forklift in a warehouse. It used to be you'd have an appliance on a pallet. The forklift would drive in underneath the pallet, pick the pallet up, and drop it down and move it. Not now.
Yeah,
They have these side clamps, and they pick them off this huge stack, and with this clamp, and when they clamp it, sometimes they clamp it too hard. When you have an appliance, especially a washer, dryer, dishwasher, anything that comes in that taller rectangular box of refrigerator, anything like that, when they unbox it, you need to look at the margins where the pieces of metal meet each other. Because again, they're using these clamps to clamp around these appliances. And if they don't come at it perfectly right and they clamp it on the corners, it puts it in a torque, if you will. Pay attention to those margins. But yeah, I won't go out until the following day. If they're supposed to be delivered on Wednesday, I'll set the appointment up for Thursday. That will give them the time to get it unboxed and look at it.
Then again, the customer needs to call you or me and say, we've received the appliances, they're in good shape.
I agree.
Yeah, because I've got a job to go out Tuesday and put a vent hood in. I said, I want you to call me to confirm that you've received it and it's in good shape. And they did. Said everything's fine, it looks good. So good. So if I go out there and it's damaged, and it happens, and it irks me to death because I got to go back out there again.
Yep.
And I'm not getting paid to do that. And I'm sorry, it's not all about the money, but then again, it is all about the money.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
We
talked about the traffic, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about anybody in the trades and the service industries that come to your house. It takes more than one bit of communication to make sure that job's going to run smoothly.
Well, the gentleman like yourself who's in the prime of their life, you're prime, you're in the prime right now. Look at you, sharp. But what I'm getting at is when that does happen, you're losing that time slot that you should have been making money off of that truck.
Exactly.
And it's not being greedy whatsoever. It's
being efficient.
It costs you money to have that truck running up and down the road, and if it's not generating money, then that's bad. But you and I we've always been accommodating. Put it that way.
Right. Sure. We have to be.
I mean, it's an unfortunate error, but it's quality control is
not what it was.
Needs to step up a little bit.
And I'm telling you, because
these things are coming from who knows where. If we make them back here in America again, then that'd be a lot better. Less travel time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. And we talked about the traffic situation. It just takes more and more time. Now, there are a lot of slab homes. Slab meaning a concrete slab, no crawl space, no basement. Where's the dryer vent going to go? It's going to go up.
Up and out of the side or up and out of the roof.
Now, there are some older homes that they put that vent in the concrete under the slab. And guess what happens to them? They fill up with water about 90% of the time.
They do.
Because they're under the slab and they become a drain field.
Well, and then they rust.
And then it rusts and it goes away.
And it'll rust regardless. If you don't keep that vent really, really clean, it's going to rust just from the natural.
The concrete around it is going to make it rust due to the chemicals in the concrete. It will literally destroy a galvanized pipe. And I know it because I've seen countless pipes that have, you know, rusted away. So, where's it going? On a slab home. It'll either go out the wall directly behind it or beside of it, and or up and up, out horizontally or up vertically through the roof.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, something we've talked about, go ahead and tell them about roof dampers.
Roof dampers. First, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with the dryer vent going up and exiting your home out of the roof.
Not at all.
Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It is, in a lot of situations, it is the best option by far, hands down.
And people say, but gravity, but you're fighting. No, if your dryer vent, your clothes dryer, has a CFM rating of about 150 to 200, somewhere in that vicinity. That's 150 cubic feet per minute that you're pumping through that dryer vent and out of your house. That's plenty of CFM to push air up and out the roof. If
there's no screen in the damper. If there's no screen in the roof damper, then it's going to work okay. You also have to think about hot air. This is hot air coming out of the back of the dryer. It's going to go up regardless. It wants to rise. But
give it some help.
Give it some help. Yeah, take the screen out. No, they use the same roof damper or roof cap they use them for bath fans. They use them for dryer vents. They all come off the same assembly line.
Sure.
And they all have a screen in them. Those screens pop out. If you use it for a bath fan, sure, keep the screen in. Why not?
Screen's going to keep squirrels and rodents or anything out, leaves, whatever it might want to keep out. It's protection, and it works.
And it's fine
for a bath vent fan,
right? Because you're just moving air. You're just moving air. When you're venting a dryer, you're also removing that residual lint. And again, if they leave the screen in that roof cap or roof damper, it's going to clog up. It's going to clog up a lot faster than a screen on the side of the house.
Especially if you dry a lot of towels and cottons.
Yep.
Towels.
Anybody have any dogs?
Or dogs,
or
yeah.
Cats?
Matter of fact, there have been many times that I've gone up and taken the screen off a damper, and I come back in and says, how many cats you got?
Mm-hmm.
They say, how do you know I got a cat? Right there. Show them the hair and everything on their vent.
Yeah.
You know, it'll tell you a story, you know, but those screens, matter of fact, countless times, more times than I can count, I have a conversation with a homeowner over the phone when they call. I said, are you on a slab or crawl? We're on a slab. So do you know where your dryer vent exits? Well, I think it's on the roof. Well, it sounds like to me you got a screen in your your vent damper, your roof damper.
Well, you'll know. The people will tell you a lot if there's a screen in the damper. I need somebody to come clean this dryer vent out. Every time I open the door, it's just this wall of humidity coming back at me, or I'm noticing some water on the floor underneath.
Oh, that's a dead giveaway.
Underneath my dryer. And again, that's because that lint has gotten all the way to that screen. It's blocked off the airflow. That gallon to a gallon and a half of water cannot escape out the normal way. The dryer turns off, the water turns, the steam turns back into water.
And runs right down that pipe.
Right back down that pipe. If it needs to, it'll go into the machine and come out. I mean,
if your dryer has water under it or beside it or behind it, it's your dryer vent needs to be cleaned. And we're telling you why. Come back. We'll explain more on About Your House on Fox Sports Charlotte. Steve Helms, dryer vents. And we're going to talk about other vents too. Come on back. We'll talk about it. It's football season, and pizza seems to be the menu of the day at the Bretto's Pizzeria.
Let's go around here. Let me show you guys into a radio station. Alright. I don't know if y'all can see the server room over there. So, if you're in Charlotte, so Power 98. If you're from Charlotte, you know what Power 98 is. Here's Kiss 95.1. Another server room. K104.7. Murder was the case that they gave me. That's great. That's all. That's all of them. So let me go back in here.
There's big news in the Carolinas.
All right, welcome back. You know, one of the homework assignments we give on these shows is, do you know where your dryer vent exits your house? Do you know?
Which one of those little things out there? Those holes in the side?
You should know that as a homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you know, you need to know where your panel is, your electrical panel, where your main water cutoff is, where your main gas cutoff is. You need to know this stuff as homeowners. Once again, the most inefficient appliance in your house is your clothes dryer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Out of sight, out of mind. If it takes you long, what'd you tell people? If it takes longer than 45 minutes?
I mean, even for a long one, I'd say 45 to 50 minutes. If it takes longer than 45 to 50 minutes, you need to have it checked out. You do.
A lot of people put too many clothes in the clothes dryer.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people. Lady next door here recently at a retail establishment, she has a clothes dryer to wash towels,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a beauty salon. Mm-hmm. And she kept saying, my dryer's not drying my towels. I says, well, you're drying too many of them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? I said, take some out. Lighten your load. Mm-hmm. And you'll be amazed at how quick they'll dry and more efficiently. She did, and it sure enough, it worked. People tend to overload washing machines and they overload dryers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure do.
And typically your machine will tell you. You'll hear it. You'll hear it either in the spin cycle or in the washing machine spin cycle, or you'll know. It sounds like there's a brick in the drum. And another thing that'll help you is, instead of just grabbing the whole wad of clothes out of the dryer at one time, like, just grab the
And fluff it.
garments one by one and just shake it a little bit and put it. I mean, that helps tremendously.
Yep. It's
I mean,
amazing. It's amazing how they don't teach that in school either.
It's all about airflow. All about it. Tell you what, get a blow dryer for your hair. Turn it on. Hold your hand over the end of it. I mean, simple thing, simple science experiment. And then when you put your hand over the end of it, watch that coil glow bright red. That clothes dryer is no different. It
Same
pulls air
principle,
in.
exactly.
It's got a heating element or gas, whatever the situation is, but it's got a heating source. It runs that air over the heating source, through the drum, through the lint trap, then out of the back of the machine. They're all the same. If you block one of those, if you put a speed bump in any of that area, then it can't get fresh air onto the heating element, thus causing the heating element to constantly stay hot and blow, or blow the thermal fuse before it blows the heating element. Either way, it's got to be repaired.
On that note, how many times, Steve, have you gone in to put a new dryer in when it wasn't the dryer at all?
A lot. I can't count throughout the years.
Many
awesome.
times you go in and there's a brand new dryer there, and they say the brand new dryer's not working either. I said, because it wasn't your dryer.
And the best times are when you go and you get there before they take delivery of the new machine,
Right.
and their machine still is getting hot, heating up, and you clean their dryer vent, and they get to call whoever they ordered it from and cancel that order. It's all about the airflow. It's a simple machine.
It's the simplest machine in your house.
But it directly depends on an outside source. It
Your
cannot operate correctly if the vent is not working in tandem with the dryer and with the amount of airflow the dryer is required to push. Because a lot of the reason it's required to push that much is to get the heat off of that heating element.
It cools
It's not about just having to fill a 4-inch pipe with air to fill a 4-inch pipe with air. It needs that. So
Air in, it sucks air in. It runs it over the heat element, pulling the heat off the element through the tumbler, or the dryer itself that's tumbling. Okay, hot air going through that, out the vent, the screen vent, through your door somewhere. There's a vent, screen vent,
either by the front door or on the top.
or on the top in the old top models, and then it goes out the back of your dryer. And a lot of times people say, well, I cleaned the lint filter. Why does it get dirty? Because of residual lint.
That's right. Because it's backed up in the ductwork itself, causing it not to push the correct amount of air to vent the machine properly. It's all about keeping that vent nice and unimpeded. If you can do that, that's the name of the game. A dryer should last you a long time. Now,
I got a dryer that's 30 years old.
yeah, and it's got knobs on
Maytag.
it. It's got knobs on it, right?
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't have a fancy. You don't play video games on it. Anything.
It doesn't
like
make
that.
a noise.
It doesn't sing songs
It'll
to you.
when
That's
it's
right.
over. That's it.
That's
Just
right.
an
But dryers now, the
computers,
get a knob,
computer boards.
Get ones with knobs and keep your dryer vent cleaned, and you can possibly have you another 20-year dryer.
But unfortunately, talking to my buddy Chris Raker at Plaza Appliance Service, tells me that the vast majority of dryers now all have computer boards in them.
Yep.
All of them. And that's sad.
Everything is run by chips. Everything is chips.
Even the dial ones now, some of them have computer boards in them.
Yeah.
So the older, I don't like computer boards because it's, how many times have I gone out to an appliance every week What's wrong with it? They can't get the part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have to buy a new appliance.
Yeah.
Because the parts aren't available.
Yeah.
20-year-old appliance parts aren't available.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
It is.
And then
but it's meant to be because we're a throwaway society.
Yep,
I mean, that's how the machine is set now. So
that's the way it is.
mm-hmm.
But clothes dryers are the simplest appliance in your house.
Very simple.
Almost like a water heater.
Mm-hmm.
Water heater, just same principle basically. Water heater goes into a tank, if you've got a tank water heater, of course. Now, on-demand water heaters don't have a tank, and it's instant heat. It runs across the manifold, heated manifold, heats the water up, makes it hot, and then you get it out the point of exit.
Yeah.
You know, the faucet.
My wife can take a bath ever since you and I put that tankless one in years and years ago. She can
Right.
fill that bathtub. So
Oh yeah, you've got all the hot water you need now. But a water heater, you get to put water in. The element in the heater itself heats the water up, makes it hot, and the water goes out. Pretty simple. But if you take the water off that element, you're going to fry that element, and it's going to blow. And on that note, we're not talking water heaters, but I'll go ahead and tell you, if you run out of hot water real quickly, and you've got a tank water heater, chances are, and just throwing this out there, that water heater has two elements in it. It's got an upper and a lower. Well, if that upper water heater element, if that upper element blows, you'll run out of hot water very quickly. And sometimes that's the case.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes also they're wired wrong, believe it or not. Many times they go out there and they haven't wired them correctly or whatever. But chances are one of your elements are blown